Hey, I'm Logan.
And I'm Alyssa.
That just long pause is not a great way to bring in new listeners.
It creates anticipation.
Anticipation?
Yeah.
See, the anticipation is the fact that we released this episode a day late. So, like, our diehard fans have been just kind of losing it. Just kind of, like, staring at their wall, waiting for the sound to fill their ears.
Well, maybe I was so silent. And they were like, did Alyssa die? Is Logan doing it on his own? And they're like, what's happening? Is there a moment of silence for dead Alyssa? And I'm alive.
Okay, well...
Yep.
Let's celebrate that then, everyone, that Alyssa is alive. Welcome to Marketer's Cut, a podcast where we talk about movie marketing and movies and marketing. Just kind of, it's an all-in-one package. Like a nice resort. Anything you want to say about that?
Nothing to say.
That's what I thought. Today, we're talking about F9, the Fast Saga, which... Look, I'm going to be real here. Like, this is our job to know, I guess, the titles of the movies we're doing. But I don't even know what the official title. Yeah, F9, the Fast Saga?
Yeah, that's it. They had no time to put anything into it this time. The other times they do Too Fast, Too Furious, all that other bullshit.
Well, let's talk about that for a second. The first one is, I think, The Fast and the Furious.
Okay.
And then the second one's Too Fast, Too Furious. Great. Mm-hmm. Third one's Fast and Furious Tokyo Drift. Mm-hmm. A little spinoff. Fourth one, you want to guess what that one's called?
Too Fast for You.
No, I think it's, and I could be wrong because they're fucking buck wild. I think it's just called Fast and Furious. Okay. And then you have Fast 5, undoubtedly the best title of them all.
Okay.
I have 6. Actually, 6 might have been Fast and Furious. 6 might just be Furious 6, now that I'm thinking about it.
Okay.
And then you have...
Oh, 7.
Fast 7? No.
Wrong.
Well, do you know what it's called?
No. That seems wrong.
7 is the one where it was Paul Walker's last one. I remember that about it. 8 was Fate of the Furious. Not a bad one. And now we're on F9, the Fast Saga. All these sound like abbreviations, like what the hardcore fans would refer to the movies that are just called The Fast and the Furious 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. But no, these are all official titles. It's buck wild. I love it. Cool. So you ready to start talking about the movie?
I was ready a while ago.
Okay. Well,
what? What were you going to say?
I was going to say this movie was directed by Justin Lin. And here's the quick synopsis from IMDb. Cypher enlists the help of Jacob, that's spelled with a K, not a C, just so you guys know, Dom's younger brother, to take revenge on Dom and his team. I can't get over how Jacob is spelled that way. Watching the movie, hearing them say Jacob, you would never guess it.
Nope, I kind of, for some reason, I did guess it.
Oh, okay.
I don't know why I did, but that's what I pictured in my head. I know you're thinking, like, no, you didn't. I kind of really did.
I mean, I'm proud of you, I guess. I'm happy for you, because for me, I had to deal with the shock after the film, and it was a lot. This movie opened on June 25th, 2021, after being delayed for over a year. It was originally supposed to come out in April 2020. This is one of those films that saw the pandemic happen, that saw it hit the country, theater shut down, and it didn't play around. It didn't lie to us. You know how all these films were like, oh, well,
one month. In 1 month, we're gonna be able to play it, and the pandemic's gonna be this global pandemic completely over again.
Yeah, and they do that like 3 fucking times.
Yeah, which costs a lot of goddamn money every time you do it.
Yeah, F9 had already spent a ton of money on marketing, which we'll talk about. They'd spent a shit ton, but they were like, fuck it, push it a year. Right away, they said next April, baby. Which I really liked at the time. I was like, thank God for that, because, wow. Mm-hmm. You know, and they're treating their fans like family. You know, they want them to be safe.
Please.
Cool. So let's talk about the budget a little bit. It says at least $225 million to produce. That seems fair.
Yeah.
A lot of money went into this movie. It's very clear on the screen, very clear off the screen, if you know what I'm saying. I'm not entirely sure what I was saying. I think I have an idea.
Okay, all right, okay. We're listening.
So opening weekend, do I have a voice crack there?
Yeah, damn it. And we have it recorded for everyone to hear.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not taking it out.
I know you're not, baby.
I'm not gonna lie to you guys. Okay, so opening weekend. This is the biggest opening weekend that any movie has had since 2019. So even outdoing those like early 2020 movies that didn't have to deal with the pandemic. Impressive.
I mean, it's impressive, but it's also disappointing. Why does everyone care about these movies so much?
They are awesome. People like awesome. I don't know what you want me to say.
They're not. Listen, I thought Mission Impossible was fucking stupid.
Mission Impossible.
Well, listen, and then I watched it and I said, okay, all right, no, I get it. These are like, they're always outdoing themselves. Like, I get it. And this one, I was just like, why are we watching this 2.5 hour movie?
Would you like me to explain the appeal to you? Or are you ready?
I guess.
Okay, we're trying to keep these like one movie episodes a little bit shorter, but now I got to explain the appeal, so it's gonna like lengthen the episode by a chunk. So here we go. Ready?
Okay.
Fast car, go fast. That was a lot shorter than I thought it'd be. Fast car, go fast.
Okay.
That's the appeal.
Well, what about Speed Racer? Speed Racer didn't do that good.
Because those weren't real cars. These are real cars, baby. This is the real world. This is real life. Fast car, go fast. Corona.
What about
Vin Diesel's beautiful shiny ball?
What about Cars 1, 2, and 3?
Okay, Fast car, go fast. Corona. Vin Diesel's beautiful head. Also, the fact that he's always got a brand new white T-shirt on. You don't see him in a dirty white T-shirt. He's shining
Maybe he
bright.
just cleans them really good.
No, these are you don't. I guess you don't We can't talk too much about white T-shirts. These are brand new white T-shirts. There's a certain shine and glow that a brand new white T-shirt has that it loses once you wash it.
Yeah, I can tell.
Yeah, I'm wearing a washed white T-shirt right now. That's fine. That's normal. I don't have fuck you T-shirt money like Vin Diesel does. Okay, let's get back talking about the movie. So we mentioned it's the biggest opening weekend. It made over $70 million in the domestic opening, which is very impressive. It was a little bit less than the Fate of the Furious opening, which was the worst performing movie in the entire franchise. However, we still are in the middle of a pandemic, so everyone's not going back to theaters yet. Like, we saw this on a Sunday morning, which we expect to be slower, but it was like very dead at that theater. But not everyone's going back to theater, so we don't exactly know where it stands, but it did make $70 million. Worldwide so far, and some of the international releases, it's been released since like May, but worldwide so far, total, it's made $405 million, which is really good.
That's a lot of dough.
It needs to make a good chunk more to like make all that money back, because from the money it took to produce and market and everything. Mm-hmm. But I think it's on its way there. And if you've seen like the articles, they're not slowing down with these movies. Like Vin Diesel said he would do a musical.
Jesus fucking Christ.
There were some rumors. I don't know if there were rumors or just suggestions or ideas about a Jurassic World Fast and Furious crossover. Also would be amazing.
I feel like I remember that being in talks.
Yeah. I don't think it's anything official, but I'd watch it, obviously. Rotten Tomatoes, this movie has a 60% critic score, 84% audience score. That's fair. That makes sense.
Mm-hmm. It definitely makes sense.
Cinema score is B+. A little low for what I would think. If you're talking about like fans going out to see this movie, like I feel like it was a satisfying Fast film.
I disagree.
Well, you're not a Fast fan.
I'm not in the family. I'm sorry.
Yeah, you're not in the family. The capital F family. That's family spelled with a fast and a furious. But I feel like it can't hit all the points. Like one thing that Fate of the Furious had going against it was, and I'm getting into the lore and stuff, but it takes Dom and like brainwashes Dom to where he's like the villain.
Yeah, that's true.
Like that's like going to watch the Avengers and Iron Man as like brainwashed. I didn't say Hawkeye because he literally was brainwashed in person, but he's not like the main dude. You brainwash the main dude, and then you're like, "What the fuck? This isn't family. This isn't what I came here for." But this one feels like, it had the stunts, it had the cool chase scenes, it had the cool cars.
It had the family.
It did. It had Vin Diesel being a nice dude.
With the family.
Yes. So the B+ is a little low for what I would have expected, but it's also not. It's not a bad score. Let's talk about the marketing for a little bit. We talked about how it was slated for an April 2020 release. It was pushed a year. But before it was pushed, before COVID hit, they did a lot of stuff. So, like, in February of 2020, Universal gathered the cast in Miami during the Super Bowl for, like, a massive concert celebration, which did feature Ludacris, of course. Like, it's convenient. He's there. They're all there. Might as well get on stage.
It's like a big family.
Yeah. Okay. Yes.
That's how many times they say it in the fucking film. They say it so much that when they say it, you're like, you roll your eyes. You're like, we fucking get it.
It's
roll
about
your eyes. Family.
We, the family, does not roll our eyes. And, this celebration was accompanied by a trailer that received 439 million views in the first 5 days. Again, you got to remember, like, this was February of 2020. So, over a year before the movie released, this was, like, the big trailer release event.
That's a good marketing idea.
It is, but then you let it die down for a year, and all the hype built up around that dies.
That's also true. But how do you know in February that the pandemic is going to hit?
You don't.
You don't.
You don't. They also paid for a Super Bowl spot in 2020. Now, if you guys watched the Super Bowl in 2021 this year, you noticed that there were only like 4 or 5 movie trailers. And none of them were for movies that were that. I think the biggest film out of all of them was Raya and the Last Dragon. And then some of the other ones were, a very vague spot for Old, the new M. Night Shyamalan film. Mm-hmm. What was the other one? Coming to America was in there.
I don't know. There's another one in there. I thought it was Fast 9, but I guess it wasn't.
I don't think it was. I don't think so. Because I think the biggest one was Raya and the other ones are smaller. But I had that spot in 2020. I think they're just not going to go pay for 2 Super Bowl spots, Like, they've already spent the money. They have to just hope that
exactly
the hype builds, or it I don't know, stays from 2020, I guess. Holds over, I guess, is the word I was trying to think of. So I read this article in Variety kind of talking about, it used Fast and Furious as like the main example, but it talked about a lot of films and how they, had ramped up their entire marketing campaigns and their entire marketing machines for these films and had to stop everything with the pandemic. And here's a quote from Jeff Buck, an analyst with exhibitor relations. "There is a certain spoilage from any film sitting on the shelf for very long. They just become stale after a while, and nobody even really wants to talk about it," which is fair. And with more casual fans, like they may have thought Fast 9 came out already, Yeah. Like they were talking about Black Widow a lot in this article, which we're going to revisit this article when we do Black Widow in 2 weeks. But like there may be people who think Black Widow's just already out, and they're like, yeah, I guess I'll catch it on Disney Plus or something whenever, but it's already out. I've already seen it. And they may even see the new trailers.
Probably not that they've already seen it.
Oh, yeah. Sorry, it's already out. I could see it at any time. Yeah.
Yeah.
And they may even see the trailers thinking like, oh, they're re-releasing Black Widow. It came out before, but because of the pandemic, they're doing it again or something. So it just makes everything a lot muddier and a lot harder to control the hype, the build-up, the messaging around the film. I mean, that's a big thing that obviously affected this film. That could be, like, it's hard to directly compare this movie in any way to the other films. Like, even to say it's on, like, a steady decline because, like, all these things affected it.
But wasn't our last pandemic in 1918? Wasn't there a Fast film then?
There was not.
Oh. I just figured since there were 23, 24 of them.
There are 9 films plus a spinoff that's called The Fast and Furious Presents Hobbs and Shaw.
Forgot about Hobbs.
I never saw Hobbs and Shaw. I need to see it.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I just thought the first few probably went through a pandemic or something like that.
Great joke. A+. So I went to the website to kind of see what they were doing and what the messaging was kind of centered around. Obviously.
Family.
Yes. There's a form where you can join the Fast family, where you can get some exclusive updates and everything, and get the latest #F8 updates that was on there. It's either they redid the website for this film and didn't change everything on it, or a typo. Either way,
We caught him.
Yeah,
we got him.
We got him, ladies and gentlemen.
The Weekend. Got him. Got you that time.
You did get me. So yeah, and there's also some other things that they publicize on the website. So one thing is something called Theater Ears, and it's an app you can download, and you can download like the Spanish track for the film, so that you can bring your own headphones to the movie and watch along with the Spanish audio, which is great because these films clearly have a very big Hispanic audience, and they're catering to that. They're catering to that. They're making it accessible and available to people who don't speak English. And some theaters do have closed captioning devices and stuff, but most don't have different language.
Yeah,
captions.
definitely.
Or at least the ones that we have experience with. So it's good that they provide this, and they're making it very clear on the website. Another thing they have is a timeline tuner. You can like click different hashtags, and then you can kind of go through the timeline of like different things involving that hashtag, that character, that event, or that film or something. Just because the timeline's all over the place, so they're making it. It's a cool interactive way to learn about the timeline.
Yeah, that would be helpful for me. I'm glad you told me about that right now after we just saw the entire film. And
You have only seen Fate of the Furious. This timeline tool would not have helped you.
Fell asleep because I said I fucking hate this movie.
To be fair, Fate of the Furious was kind of boring. I didn't like that one because of the Dom thing.
Well, I don't remember it. I remember being like, I guess we'll see it, and then I fell asleep immediately.
Fate of the Furious took Vin Diesel and made him Vin unleaded. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Stop. You can laugh out loud. You don't have to laugh silently and try to hide it.
I just feel like a family wouldn't treat me this way.
So they also link to the social channels on the website, which makes sense. And I went to the post, and a lot of the messaging, of course, is centered around family. Like there was a Father's Day post. Well, Vin Diesel and his kid. Well, Dominic Toretto and his kid. And another thing, which there was this post about over the last 20 years, thank you so much, fans. And it's kind of playing on the idea that this is a legacy franchise. And they couldn't have done it without the fans. The fans are an integral part of it. You could even say they're part of the family.
Yeah.
The family.
Yep. Keep going.
But it really reminded me of this MCU trailer that came out a couple months ago. Do you remember? It was a 5-minute trailer, and a lot of it was hey, thanks for helping us get here. You did all the work. Couldn't have done it without you. And then they showed some clips from new movies towards the end of it.
No, I don't remember that.
Oh, well, it was a very good trailer. I mean, if you care about these characters in any way, this trailer is probably going to pull on a couple heartstrings. So it's very good.
So you cried during it?
Maybe a little bit. But this kind of reminded me of that. It almost seemed like the MCU trailer inspired this thing. We have this big... I mean, this is the MCU for... I don't want to say regular people, because that's not what it is. But it's people that don't give a shit about superheroes and stuff. These
people who care about cars and family.
These films are grounded in more.
And Vin Diesel.
And it's weird to say they're grounded, but these films are grounded in more of a realism than the MCU is.
Well, yeah, because those are they go to space sometimes there. Oh wait.
And then this one also is it's a little bit more adult. I mean, of course, Thor is drinking Creature Comforts Tropicalia and Avengers Endgame. But Corona, they're always drinking alcohol. They cuss.
Okay, yeah, there's no way that Corona didn't. Corona paid them big fucking bucks.
Look, there's a YouTube video that analyzes the Fast and Furious movie performance when they use Corona versus when they don't, and they don't use Corona in every film, or they don't show it. But it was they do better when they show the Corona. And of course, it's a small sample size. There's 8. There were 7 or 8 films at the time, but it was very fascinating, I think, to talk about.
Yeah, that is crazy. I just kept seeing Corona, and I was Corona paid some big fucking bucks for this.
Corona is at this point, I think Fast and Furious needs to pay Corona because I guess it's not a Fast and Furious movie without Corona in it.
Yep, so. Good point.
But that's pretty much it. I mean, we can talk about the trailer, the longest trailer. It's 4.5 minutes. But, it's a Fast and Furious movie. It shows some crazy stunts. I don't know. I don't think there's much to say about the trailer.
Yeah, I mean, I guess.
The poster. The poster is interesting because Alyssa's I couldn't find the final poster. And I'm no, this is the final poster.
No, I know it's the final poster, but it's not a normal final poster. I don't think it's a terrible poster either honestly. But, I feel a final poster... A final poster has who directed it in little text, the really thin text, you can't even fucking read it. It's got all of that on there. And this just doesn't have it. So I was this feels like a social media teaser poster or something like that because it doesn't have what a traditional poster would have.
Well, I think they just kind of left that stuff out. Because they don't need it. These films are selling some very clear things. These characters, these actors, these cars.
I can't tell that they're a fucking family here, so...
I don't know how you're not telling that at all. They all look very happy and smiley.
Yeah, literally not one person is smiling, but all right.
Yeah, you're right about that. That might be a smile from Vin Diesel.
Nope, it's definitely his brow is furrowed. I would not call that a smile.
A little smirk, maybe.
Nope, not even close.
If you look at his little dimple, little smirk.
No.
Okay,
wrong.
let's stop talking about the poster. Do we have many marketing ideas for this film?
Yes. Spoilers. Don't watch this if you care about this. Put Vin Diesel in space.
Yeah, why didn't he go to space?
Why aren't we? No, we should as a fucking marketing thing. Hey, gang, we're gonna shoot Vin Diesel into fucking.
Oh, you mean
space.
actually put Vin Diesel, like the Red Bull thing where they like dive down from space? Have you seen that?
No.
There's like a stunt dude. He's like, it's like a whole sponsored by Red Bull thing, and he's not actually in space. He's in like the upper atmosphere or one of the.
Okay, I've seen. Yeah, I kind of know.
And he free falls.
Okay, yeah. Well, no, we should put Vin Diesel in a fucking astronaut suit in a rocket, shoot him into the fucking sky.
Look, if Jeff Bezos can go to space, Vin Diesel can go to space.
Did Jeff Bezos go to space?
He's about to. He's like going to space soon. I think his trip's booked in like a month or something. Where is he staying in space? I don't think
I'm never going to space. I one time had a nightmare that I couldn't get out of space. And it was terrible. I will never, ever go to space.
Well,
however...
Listen, let me blow your mind a little bit right now. You can't get out of space. Because right now we're in space.
Well, okay. But you can't go up into the outside... Okay,
Woo.
Stop. You can't go outside into the dark part and look at Earth real big and be like... And then the rocket breaks. It's just a whole nightmare. But you should shoot Vin Diesel up there.
Yep. Outer space, also known as the dark part, where you look at Earth real big.
And you already told me we were in space, so...
Yeah.
So I would shoot him up there, and I'd make him bring a sign that says Fast and F9. Sorry, just only F9. Or, I don't know, what other cool things could he do? Could he... bring his whole family with him?
Okay, I think that they should... There are a lot of rockets in the world, a lot of missiles.
Okay.
And they don't need to be used in war. That's bullshit. We don't need to be sending them to other countries. Take our current missiles, send them to the moon, but make sure you're blowing up craters in the moon that spell out F9. So then, you can see, like, big enough to where we see it from Earth. When we see the moon, instead of, like, the weird shape that you kind of see on it, like the how the moon looks.
Okay, I think
it says F9.
I think that's a bad idea. I think they should shoot the rockets up there and like have it carve out Vin Diesel's face.
That's also very good. The quote unquote man on the man that is the moon at this point.
No.
Okay. Cool. We're talking too much about space. Let's ground it. Let's bring it back down to Earth.
I don't know. The spaceships are really funny and interesting.
I mean, you're right.
Okay, well then you go, because I already did mine.
Oh, okay. Well, I kind of said my thing where they like shoot missiles.
Well, yeah, but then...
It's a very like pacifist and also like capitalist film Hollywood idea.
Okay, well you ground our fucking ideas then,
okay,
Mr. Family.
Ground it. Family. Thinking off the top of my head, Family Dollar. Everyone's favorite dollar or $5 or maybe even sometimes $10 or $15 store. Everyone loves it. Vin Diesel should be the spokesperson for it.
Bad idea.
I think that's a pretty good idea.
I don't think Vin Diesel would want to be the face of Family Dollar.
I don't think anyone would be, but maybe he'd take one for the team. Maybe John Cena should be the face of Family Dollar.
John Cena does seem to do kind of anything these days.
Yeah.
John Cena. How many more movies is he going to be in? The face of the whole film.
I think he's going to be in the other ones because he's
Vin Diesel.
He's now like Dom's brother, and The Rock was in them.
He was always Dom's brother.
Well, but he wasn't in the franchise until now. But like The Rock used to be in these movies. But I think there's some beef between The Rock and Vin Diesel.
I'd love to see The Rock in these films.
He's been in these films.
I don't want to see John Cena.
Okay, that's fair, but The Rock and Vin Diesel have problems.
They're not family?
I don't think they're well, one, like The Rock was like kind of, he's like one of those like bad guys but also good guys. You know what I'm saying? You know,
like Jacob.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, so that's a good idea though, is to bring The Rock back. Right? Is that what you're saying?
No.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so I don't know. Again, I really don't understand the full demographic for this movie. However, it'd be cool.
As I said earlier, regular people, not fucking nerds like the MCU fans.
Well, maybe what if you did there's already so many films. Who knows what else you could come up with? You have comics. You have comics of just of fucking stories of Dom and his fam doing shit. And there it is.
Do you think a novel, like a very long novel would work?
No. I want to see pictures of these people in cartoon graphics.
Well, because the movies, they don't have time for character. Cars gotta go fast. But they gotta go fast for a long time.
It could be a graphic novel, it can be a thicker book, and it could give some fucking character background, which I would love. 700
pages of why family is so important to Dom.
I couldn't watch the 2.5-hour movie. Why do you think I'd read a 700 page
Starts
book?
when he's a child.
However, if you did give me a comic book, I'd be like, fuck yeah, actually, I'll read this.
Dom is in kindergarten.
Oh my god.
And they're doing their daily vocab words. Family is one of them.
You can't go back in time because when you do that, he, all of a sudden his dad died and his brother's involved. They had to pull that out of their ass for this movie.
They did.
So you can't go back to Kindergarten Dom because something's going to change later in the movies. When Kindergarten Dom
that's not how retconning in films work. It doesn't just change everything.
He brings a gun into school.
What? No, he's not violent at this time. He's not
well, it's an accident.
He's not an international super spy yet.
And then he's not gonna shoot anybody. He's just showing it off. And then later they're gonna show him he didn't even go to kindergarten. And then it's not canon. What's canon anymore? We don't know.
I don't know what you're talking about. Okay, so I guess Dom in kindergarten's a no-go.
Thank you.
Should we get Dom to go on a school tour around the country and visit some kindergartners and just kind of give a speech about what it means to
be family
and go fast? That way you're
no, because then you have all of these foreign kids trying to drive these very fast cars, killing people. If he's going to other countries.
Oh, I thought I said not. Did I say international?
Oh. I don't know what kind of countries. I just thought
he has all the
countries.
It's not just kids in other countries. It's any kid trying to drive and go fast.
Exactly.
That's amazing. You're growing and nurturing the future of the Fast and Furious fan base.
They're gonna. I read an article today that people our age are dying very fast.
Yeah.
They're dying a lot more than they should be.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, and some of it's car accidents, some of it's other things, and you're now contributing to these kids who, when they turn 16 and have their license, are going to say, gotta go fast, and then they're going to run into a McDonald's or a Chuck E. Cheese, because they were just there.
Is that where kids go, in your mind, just McDonald's and Chuck E. Cheese?
I mean, those are just the two best places to go at that age.
Okay.
Because when you're 16, no one's going to be like, this kid's a little old for Chuck E. Cheese. They're going to be like, I guess it's okay. And they're going to let you in a Chuck E. Cheese. They might say something if you try to go to the play place at McDonald's.
I just think that really they need to be if vape companies Juul can heavily market or get around to marketing or guidelines and stuff to market to children and get them to smoke. F9 should be able to do the same thing.
That's not good. We should not support that.
I know, but I'm saying if they can do it and promote evil, F9 should do it and promote family.
They're also promoting going very fast and dying.
They don't die. They're fucking invincible in these movies. That's talked about in the film.
Yeah, but not real people aren't invincible.
You don't know until you try.
I just don't think you should say that, because if you literally said that to the 4-year-old I watch, he would 100% be like, let's fucking go. Do you realize that?
And that's a fun time.
No, it's not. He already thinks that if a car comes at him, he's going to be able to stop it because he's so strong.
He probably could. He's a very strong 4-year-old.
He's not strong enough, Logan. I can lift him up and toss him across the room.
Have you seen a car hit him?
No.
So how do you know? Boom.
Would you like to hit him with the car and see?
I would not like to do that.
Okay.
I'm too busy recording and doing work for our podcast. I don't have time to hit 4-year-olds with my car. So let's sum up these ideas. Just give Vin Diesel in space. Carve stuff on the moon with missiles. Send Vin Diesel on a tour to schools all across the country promoting the Fast and Furious movies. Hit 4-year-olds with a car as like a publicity stunt for the film, you know?
Should we have Vin Diesel do it?
Yes. There's other...
and then he saves it, and he's like, oh, family. I don't know how he does it, but all you have to do is say family, and everyone's like, oh, it's for Fast 9.
Should we get Vin Diesel on an episode of Jeopardy? Okay? And then, but like, let's be real. Like, people in Jeopardy, they're like, fast cars for 400. You know, and the question's supposed to be like random, you know, like they don't know. Mm-hmm. Well, it's just anytime Vin Diesel picks this question, you know, someone behind the scenes makes sure whatever shows up on that screen is a Vin Diesel related question. And then the answer will always be family. Jeopardy's already done some fucking dumbass stunt stuff, as in Dr. Oz hosted an episode of Jeopardy. Fuck Dr. Oz. So if they're going to let Dr. Oz host an episode of Jeopardy, let's go to the other end and let Vin Diesel answer only questions where the answer is family.
Okay.
Good, right?
Yeah.
Genius?
Yeah.
Amazing? Mm-hmm. It sounds like you want to end the episode.
I mean, what if that's if that's your best idea, then maybe we should.
Cool. So we are going to end now, I guess.
We have to go spend time with our family.
Yeah. Each other.
And Dakota, our dog.
You can find us on Twitter and Instagram at MarketersCut, and find the podcast anywhere you can find podcasts or on YouTube. Learn more at marketerscut.com. I want to thank Jacob Wall for his art. Find more of his work on Instagram at JacobArtWall. Next week, we will not be doing an episode because we will be on vacation.
With our family.
Yes. Stop playing stuff on your phone. I'm still finishing up the episode.
I know, but it says how Vin Diesel balances thrills with family drama in F9, and I wanted to click it to see if I could read an article, but it's a video. But I thought it'd be good to add. It says, well, it's not there anymore, but it was like what Vin Diesel and his co-stars reveal the true meaning. I don't know. It was some weird bullshit, but sorry.
Okay. Well, we won't be doing an episode next week, but the week after, we will be doing Black Widow. Exciting. And we'll be revisiting one of the same articles we talked about in this one. So, goodbye, everyone. Anything? No?
I want to do the hawk scream, but I can't do it.
All right, no. Oh, yeah. Hawks in 6, baby. Do the hawk scream. Give it to us. I'm so sorry for your ears. I'm so sorry for anyone's ears.
Do it. I have to hear it so I can replicate it.
Hawks in what?
6.
All right, bye.